There we go. We want to have hi everyone and welcome to Friday Night Smackdown. I, Michael Cole, with Renee Young and with Corey Graves. And today on Friday Night Smackdown, we have Father Yule, Grandfather Cold here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And today is Black Friday in the 4-1 Reichs and other lands. But now we can say that it's becoming Yule time, or Gathering of Lights time for you Jewish folk, or for you non-Christian and black folk, the Gathering of Followership. But we can say it's time for those free holy days or holidays, whatever you want to call them, Michael Cole says. That's right, Renee Young says. We got through, we got past Thanksgiving, which was a good holiday in its own right, but now we're getting ready for Yule. Renee Young says, or the Gathering of Lights, or the Gathering of Followership for you other folks out there. Well, I could tell you one thing right now, Corey Graves says, I'm still irked or angered over how the Living Sagas went yesterday on Impact or Hit, and how even Ethan Grinch's team lost to Father Yule's team, Grandfather Cold's team. I mean, that's just sad that his team lost, because I really was looking forward to having his team win this year. Alright everyone, says Corey Graves, that's what I was looking for. Hi everyone, ho ho ho, happy Yule. Also, happy Gathering of Lights and happy Gathering of Followership as well. Can I still say ho 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 without some right, some team right fighter coming and saying, you can't say ho ho ho, Father Yule or Grandfather Cold anymore, because folks can't tell the unlikeness between ho with 2 O's and ho with 1 O. And they're going to most likely say that you can't call yourself Father Yule anymore or Grandfather Cold anymore. Whatever they're going to say. I'm going to stick to what I've been saying for years. If you folks want to go ha ha ha, you can. But I'm going to go my ho ho ho's. Alright? And first I want to wish everyone a happy Yule. Like I said, a happy Gathering of Lights and a happy Gathering of Followership. Now I know there's going to be some folks out there that are going to be irked and angered and wretched that I didn't say happy holy days instead of saying happy Yule, happy Gathering of Lights, happy Gathering of Followership, because we all know there are many folks out there that do other holy days, like us Christendom folk who do Yule, or the Jewish folk out there who do the Gathering of Lights, or the non-Christendom black folk out there who do the Gathering of Followership, who might feel that their worship, or at least their holy day, isn't getting the same onlook. Now, first off, I just want to say how happy I am yesterday that my team won. That I went against Ethan Grinch's team and his team lost. Last year I went up against Jesus' team and Jesus' team won, but I'm happy with that. So, if Glenn Grinch, or I want to say if Ethan Grinch out here wants to come out here and take the losing like a man, if he is a man, I will shake his hand and then we will go on like we always gone on. Well, you wanted me out here? Yes, I did. I wanted you out here because I want to say it was a good match, it was a good fight. My team won, your team lost, but it was still a good match and it was a good fight. Do you stand on that? Oh, I stand on that, Grandfather Cold, or Father Yule, or whatever you want to call yourself. Alright, that's good to know, Ethan. Wonderful news. So, am I still going to be wrestling and fighting out today? Because I'm not a wrestler, I'm not a fighter, or an overstar of any kind. Well, you got to take that up with John Bradshaw Lakefield, an astronomer, and take that up with, Xena and Hunter Helmsley and Jeff Jarrett and God Jorah and Gil Kinnan. Because they're the ones that did it, not me. And I just want to wish you, Ethan Grinch, a happy Yule. And I want to wish you a happy Yule too, Father Yule, Grandfather Cold. Alright. Now we got him. Now I made my rest with Father Yule. And I now once again have my love and worship of God and Jesus. I am now going to say I want to back out of that match that I was in that I was put into yesterday. Because I was never a wrestler. I was never a fighter. I was never an overstar. So if Astronomer or John Bradshaw Lakefield wants to come out here, and get me out of that match that I was in, I would, be forever thankful or forever grateful or thankful for it. So, you don't want to wrestle. You do not want to fight. Well, yeah, because I'm not a wrestler, I'm not a fighter, I'm not an overstar, whatever you call folks. Yeah, I get that. You're not. And you in the ring fighting Asuka, I guess that was a one-off. But I did owe folks that there would be a match here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And I can't go back on my word or my oath. So there will still be a match here. There will still be a fight here today on Friday Night Smackdown. You, however, you're going to be going in a ring with someone. I'm just going to shift up who it was going to be. Don't tell me. You're going to make me wrestle Asuka, but not only her, you're going to throw in Dakota Kai and Angelina Love and Io Shirai and Kairi Singh and Asuka on me, right? No, I wasn't going to throw any of the Wounded Lead on you. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Yeah, I guess I was out of my mind to think that. But I was going to have you wrestle, and I was going to have you fight here today. So, who is that going to be against? Well, that I'm going to have to do some thinking about. Whoa! Alright, we'll bring them out now. Well, Ethan Grinch, believes Michael Cole says that he was going to get out of that match, or out of that fight that he was going to, be in, under the grounds that he said he was not a wrestler, and he was not a fighter or an overstar of any kind, Michael Cole says. Because he's not. I mean, he's not a wrestler. He's not a fighter, Corey Graves says. He's not an overstar or whatever. He never was. Did you ever see the Grinch? Did you ever seen Ethan Grinch wrestle or fight before in any skilled wrestling business? Corey Graves says, no, I haven't, Renee Young says. I have seen Father Yule wrestle and fight many times in sundry skilled wrestling businesses. Never saw Jesus wrestle or fight, Renee Young says. Well, Michael Cole says, it's true, you never seen Jesus fight, but we will see Ethan Grinch fight here today on Friday Night Smackdown, and he's going to go against Asuka of the Wounded Lead. Look, Asuka. I don't know what you have against me, but I always kept my head down. I always thought you were a good wrestler. When you came into WWE in 2005 between FYL, you were a good wrestler. You still are. And when you went from NXT to Raw to SmackDown to Raw to SmackDown, somehow you're still there. And look what you did. You became the longest lording WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight Fighter. You became a three-time WWE Women's Heavyweight Fighter. You became, a four-time WWE Women's Tag Team Fighter. A one-time Women's World Tag Team, one-time Women's World Heavyweight Fighter. And Asuka, what did you do in the TWF? TWF Heavyweight Fighter, three-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, four-time Women's Tag Team Fighter. Yeah, you wife, but now you kissing up to the Kaiser win of tomorrow. Well, I say that no one is ready for Asuka. I'm ready for you this time. Well, and Vincent Grinch thought he was getting ready, and Asuka just knocked him down. Michael Cole said, Asuka's putting him in the Asuka lock. The hold that Asuka has beat many a wrestler, many a fighter, and beat sundriest men and women in, Michael Cole says. Can Ethan Grinch come back from this, Renee Young says, since he is not a wrestler, he's not a fighter. No, Corey Graves said he cannot, and he's not a wrestler, he's not a fighter. Oh, well, that's a lie, Corey Graves says. If he's not a wrestler, look, he's doing all these holds. He's beating the Kaiserin of tomorrow. He's going to make her the Kaiserin it never was. And right now, Ethan Grinch coming back right now. Ethan Grinch just missed right now. And Asuka just knocked him down with her one strike. Asuka taking him down to strikes again. Asuka's got him. That's it. She's gone back in the Asuka lock again, Michael Cole says. Will Asuka beat Ethan Grinch this time? Well, Renee Young says that was all the holds he was going to do. It wasn't much to his wrestling, to his fighting, Renee Young says. Corey Graves says he's not a wrestler, he's not a fighter. It's unfair. Ding, ding. Here is your winner, Asuka. And now Asuka has beat Ethan Grinch 2 times here today, and here 2 times, and the Fight Lord was not in the ring to see it for some mistake. He wasn't in the ring at all, which that was kind of sad. That was more of a mistake, Michael Cole says. It was an oversight that we didn't have the Fight Lord in the ring until after the match was the Fight Keeper in the ring until after the match was over. So that is a forgiveness, Michael Cole says. But I can tell you what, Renee Young says. Ethan Grinch lost his match here today on Friday Night Smackdown to Asuka, the Kaiserin of tomorrow. And some might say that it was a setup, Renee Young says. Yeah, hell with right, it was a setup, Corey Graves says. It was a setup. Ethan Grinch, he said he's not a wrestler, he's not a fighter, he's not an overstar of any kind. And sadly, they did set him up, Corey Graves says. I just can't show any truth to it. Well, Tony Schiavone is now going to be talking with Ethan Grinch. All right. Thank you, Michael Cole and Renee Young. I'm going to be talking with Ethan Grinch here today on Friday Night Smackdown. All right, Ethan Grinch. Things haven't quite gone the way you want them to go. Your team lost at the Living Sagas. You now lost to Asuka once again. I'm going to tell you right now, Tony Schiavone, I am not a wrestler. I'm not a fighter. I'm not an overstar. I just happen to be a man who was guilty of not understanding what made you so outstanding to the Christian folk. And I've atoned for my sins and my mistakes. Well, God and Jesus forgave me for my mistakes and atoned it for those sins and mishaps. But I was never a wrestler, never a fighter. And I don't know what Asuka's got against me. Well, I don't know. Do you think that Father Yule or Grandfather Colt did something to you? No, we have truce now. My wrong with Father Yule, Grandfather Colt is over with. God and Jesus taught me about love and forgiveness and kindness, you know. And also, what the hell? Yeah, I mean, how did I lose to Oscar 2 times? I don't know, Tony Schiavone says, because as you said, you're not a wrestler, you're not a fighter, you're not an overstar. That's true, I'm not. But I could be a wrestler, I could be a fighter, I could be an overstar, so I dared arrested a wounded lead, because I'm only dealing with one of them. And what's going to happen next? Am I going to be dealing with Dakota Kai and Angelina Love and Io Sarai and Kairi Singh and Asuka, the TWF offshoot of Wounded Lead? I hope not. Well, that's my talk with Ethan Grinch. Back to you, Michael Cole and Tony Schiavone. Back to you, Michael Cole, Renee Young. Well, thank you, Tony Schiavone, for talking with Ethan Grinch here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And it is all the time we got here for Friday Night Smackdown. I, Michael Cole, with Renee Young and Corey Graves. We hope you like Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow for Rampage or Ram Proof.